just like I always do. Just my luck, I ran smack into you. And I never could have known it would be like this. You got the kind of charm that I can't resist. I figure what's the harm in a little bitty kiss or two. But I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
Oh, I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
I fell in love. Took me by surprise, put me on the floor, right between the eyes with a 2x4. Just a little taste and I fell in love. I was doing fine out on my own, never sitting home by the telephone. I couldn't complain that I didn't have much to do. I was a two-fisted woman looking for a fight. Had a boy on the left, a boy on the right. But you burned me up like a chicken in a barbecue. Then I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
I fell in love. Didn't see it coming into view. I was overwhelmed and overdue. I ain't gonna sweat it. I fell in love. Well, I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
Oh, I fell in love. Caught me on the blind side unaware. I may be a fool, but I don't care. I never knew it hit me. I fell in love. Oh, I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
I fell in love.
What you wanna do that for?
Well, I fell in love. Tried to feed you lies, what's wrong with me? Got me hypnotized, I cannot see. Boy, you really got me. I fell in love. I fell in love. I fell in love. Oh, I fell in love.
There we go. Good morning. Good morning, Nanton Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. And thank you very much, our Highway 533 band, for entertaining us at the beginning of the show, like always. Now, we've got something a little bit different. As every show, we have something a little bit different that's happening. This time, one of our guests that's on the hot seat today, well, they've got access to a couple buttons. So, Jennifer, who happens to be here
and she
in
had no
studio,
preparation for this, by the way.
she was not told about this.
No.
She was only told about this about 10 seconds ago when I said, you better move your papers out of the way because you're going to need to press those buttons. She has no idea what those buttons do. I'm going to tell her to press one. Choose one button and press it. She doesn't know what button what they have on them, but she's going to hold one of those buttons down, and we're going to find out if she liked or disliked your performance just now. So,
Jen, what did you ready?
Right, ready?
I don't know what the buttons mean.
It doesn't tell her. So let's find out. I think. Oh, Jennifer! What are you booing our band for, Jennifer? What are you booing our band for?
Oh boy!
They try so hard. Do you want to try the other button?
I don't know.
Let's try the other button. See? Oh no, that's also.
Yeah, there we go.
Try the one beside that.
There we go.
There you go.
There we
See,
go.
so
Okay.
and as long as it doesn't matter how long you want the applause for, you just hold it down however long you want that applause for. So
Noted.
So you're in control of our booze and our applause for the show. Okay.
Okay.
So yes, that's the new thing that we're doing for the show today. So
Apparently.
now we've got another thing that's new for the show today, and I'm sure everybody's excited about this. We've got a video because it is, of course, Valentine's Day, and so not only do we have the video, but we also have a question here, which I'm posing to everybody who's tuned in. What has been the most significant gesture of love you've ever experienced? It doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day. Doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day, but if there is one that you want to share, then go ahead. So let's start this off before I get to the video that I'm going to play. Amanda, have you thought of a gesture of love? I have one in mind. And do you want to go ahead? And Jason, as Jason pointed out earlier, let's keep it clean, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he said he couldn't share his because maybe it's not as clean as we need to have it. So what's yours?
Well, I guess I'll have to say that my biggest one was the time you
It better
surprised
include me.
me.
It better include me.
Good thing you prepped me for this. Remember that time? Why are you talking about that? Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, so what was it?
When you surprised me with a trip to Vegas.
Yes, that was a fun one.
Yeah, you told me we were going to spend the night in Kananaskis, so I packed for one night in a cold town
That's
with
right.
snow.
The cold climate.
And then you took me for like 3 or 4 nights to Vegas where it was plus 30.
That's right.
So
You did some shopping while you were there.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
that.
we had a great time.
So then you returned the favor. Oh, sorry, Jen wants to say something. What's that?
Yeah. Was National playing?
No, they were.
The National, no.
wasn't playing.
The National
That would have
wasn't
been
playing.
over the top.
Yeah, no. And so I've got you returned that favor, and you actually surprised me with a trip to San Francisco to see the Giants well, they weren't playing
That's
the Blue
right.
Jays at the time, but
No.
So we went to a baseball game there because we're big baseball lovers. So we got to go see one of our favorite players, which was Kevin Pillar, and he just happened to be traded from the Blue Jays
traded the week before
the
we
week
left.
before, and that was complete coincidence.
Yeah,
so that was cool. But you couldn't surprise me on the day of because there was a lot of planning
No,
that I had
yeah.
to do for that one. So
Yeah, I gave you a week's notice.
yeah, you gave me a week's notice. So that's our
Yeah.
story of love. Jennifer, I gave you some time to think of one. Did you come up with one?
I did come up with one,
Yeah?
actually. Yeah, so a few years ago, actually it was in 2020, Jeff surprised me with a weekend by myself, actually.
Oh, lovely.
So it was my birthday, and he's like, you know what?
A weekend by myself.
It was glorious.
Oh, I bet.
Yes, as an introvert, it cured my soul, and he knew exactly what I needed, and it was close to my birthday, and he's like, you know what? Go take 5 days
Nice.
to yourself, go
Wow.
wherever you want, and I ended up going to Canmore and just breathed, and it was just so glorious, and he took over everything at the house and kids,
Oh,
and it
wow.
was just
that's awesome.
It was perfect.
That's awesome. Okay, we've got some good mornings coming in, so let's make sure we get to those. So Cincinnati's here saying good morning from
Good
Ohio.
morning.
And we have Garrett here saying good morning. Oh, Dad actually specifically said good morning to the mayor. So Holly, spending my screen time watching. Morning, friends. Thank you. Mom's here watching as well. And Holly said a friend sent me a personalized homemade by her Amazon playlist when I was feeling down. So that's nice.
That is nice.
That's really nice. Okay, so I've got a video I want to show everybody because on February 14th, when it is Valentine's Day, we're going to be releasing something from the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association and this show right here. And I'm only going to give you a small snippet of it so you can enjoy it and look forward to the full video being released on February 14th. Here it is.
Love lifts us up where we belong, where eagles fly on a mountain high. Love wakes us up like we are fools, drive us away for one happy day. We could be heroes just for one day. Yeah, but you're gonna be mean. No, I won't. And I drink all the time.
Okay, there you go. There's a little sample of the... What? Holy man! You didn't like my performance?
I came with an open mind, but that was something.
If anybody has any problem with that performance, you need to get a hold of Rhonda Anderson, because I asked her that morning that I did that if she would come, because that is our karaoke song. We duet that at karaoke.
Yeah, and you did ask Rhonda if she could.
I did. I asked her if she would come and do the other part, and she wouldn't do it. So I had to ask another friend of mine who's not quite as attractive and sounds quite as good as Rhonda Anderson to come and do it. And here he is joining us now. His name's Alec. So thanks, Alec, for being a part of it.
Oh, that was.
So
I am flattered.
Yeah, I know you, and you should be. You should be.
Here's my question, though, Dave. Like, watch, because I had the privilege of seeing this whole thing.
Yes, you did.
Twice yesterday.
on this show, yeah.
On Connecting Claire's Home.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to... I don't know how you're going to top that next year. I think you need to start planning now.
Don't worry. I have anxiety every time I try to think of doing something. I go, what am I going to do to top that one? I've got some pretty interesting videos from the past that you probably haven't seen. So
oh my goodness.
Maybe perhaps we can pull those out again.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So, we've got Alec here from Connecting Claire's Home. Of course, the show that we do every Friday, 12 to 1. So I want to get an update from Alec on what's going on in Claire's Home just down the road from us.
Indeed. So this weekend, the senior boys are hosting a basketball tournament at WCCHS. You can go check it out today. It actually started at, I think, 8 o'clock, and it goes till 10 o'clock tonight. I think it's $2 or $3 to get in, so you can go watch some good basketball. And then coming up later this week, obviously, it's Valentine's Day. There's a Valentine's Day tea happening at the Social Center.
Yep.
And then also this week at the curling rink, they're doing Welcoming Claire's Home is hosting a family curling event. So if you want to try the sport out, you can go there 6:30, I believe, on the 16th, and check that out. Teens can come 7 till 8, which is kind of a nice way to introduce the community to sport that I honestly I'm clueless about. So maybe I should go and check it out because I've frankly never curled. So if you're like me and you want to try it, this is the week to do it. Take your Valentine.
So you've never curled?
No.
And I've curled a couple times, and it hurts the butt when you end up falling when you're trying to sweep there. But it's a fun sport. I do enjoy it, and I like watching it better than actually performing on the ice, though. So,
yeah.
And it is a performance on the ice when I'm on the ice.
I can only imagine. Did you wear the wig when you're up there too, or is that just rough?
No wig when I'm curling.
It's Dave on ice.
And curling's it's a serious thing. People who curl, that's a serious sport.
Yeah.
It's social, but I should really maybe go and try it because it looks kind of like a lot of fun. So.
I'm also giggling here because we've got our comments that have come in since we've shown the video. And so if you guys are interested, we've got no from Holly, and she also said, I'm going to blow a gasket.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah. And Rhonda, exclamation marks all over the place here. David, I had meetings. I know you had meetings. I know, but I still asked. I asked. I have no words. All I have words. I may never be able to sing that again. Oh, come on. And then Dad's in here going, Dave may not know this, but on February 14th, 1974, Dave took his first steps. That was a nice Valentine's gift. Oh, that's nice.
Sorry, weren't you born in October?
So before I was born, I took steps.
Oh,
so
that's so cute.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Dad. I appreciate that. Look at that. That's
Rick,
adorable.
close.
That's adorable.
Cincinnati's just like you. You both think that you're older than you are.
That's right. Exactly. Okay. So before we go on here, I want to make sure that we say thanks to the sponsors that help us out with this show. Of course, Wagon Wheel Pub. Wagon Wheel Pub is helping us out every couple weeks at the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association by allowing us to do this super fun karaoke, and the next one's going to be Tuesday, February 21st, so everybody come out, because that last karaoke we did
was awesome.
That was unbelievable. It was crazy.
We had a full house.
Oh yeah, we had a full house, and everybody sang. It was top-notch stuff. And even Vanessa was out that night.
That's right.
Vanessa and Jen were out that night and having some fun. That was good. That was some good karaoke that night, hey?
It was great fun. And
that was some good quality stuff.
I was asleep.
Jason was snoring.
I know.
He was at home. In fact, he fell asleep during my lesson. We can hear him snoring while I was singing in my lesson.
Oh my goodness.
Did you tell him that when you came and told me he was sleeping at home that I offered to give him a call and wake him up? You did? Oh, okay.
I would have slept right through it.
Yeah. So just remember, everybody, Wagon Wheel Pub helps us out on the show here, and they also help us out by allowing us to do this karaoke. So raising money for the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association, which has a huge announcements today. So don't go anywhere because we've got a lot of stuff going on, and we want to make sure we share it with the entire community. Okay. Now, the other thing that we've got going on that we are doing that I think I fixed for this week, it didn't work all that well last week. Alec, do you want to help us with this one? Or maybe we should actually, Jen is, why don't you get both of you guys to take a guess here? So we're going to do this this Wheel of Nanton, right? Do we want to do that properly,
Yeah.
Amanda? So ready? The Wheel of Nanton. So we're going to spin this wheel, and we're going to start at $50. We've done contests like this before, but this time we're going to do something to promote our community's businesses. So we've got a bunch of restaurants and retail outlets on there, and we spin the wheel, and we find out if they actually land on the selection that they chose. And if they do, then they win the money. Now, we're not going to start that this week. We are going to start it next week, but we want to make sure we promote it so everybody's on here and ready to go. So let's say there's $50 up for grabs. Jennifer Handley, which one would you select on that wheel?
Oh, there's so many great choices.
I know.
But of course, I'm a little partial to the buzz.
Are you
I
okay?
have to
Okay.
say.
Okay. So let's choose the buzz then. Alec, what do you select?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Mulligan's Golf Course.
Mulligan's Golf Course. Okay. Okay, so last week it didn't spin all that well on here, but let's see if it spins this time. Is it spinning?
Oh, yeah.
It's spinning.
It's spinning. Okay. Now, it's not making any noise. I know nobody can hear it spinning. I can.
I can.
I can.
But everybody out there listening, I know
Okay.
you guys can't hear it. But here we go. It's slowing down now. It's slowing down. And where's the buzz here? Where's the buzz?
Oh,
Is-
I think it just
Oh, that
passed.
passed. Do we have a okay? And Hammonds Corner, Mulligan's. Oh, that's far away. So Beijing. So it
Yay.
landed on Beijing. So neither of you win. So hypothetically speaking,
We
if
owe
you
you
guys
$50.
had. Yeah, that's right. You owe us $50. You owe us $50.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game. The odds are against us.
And then that raises up, well, it actually raises up $20 for next week, and we just pocket your $50. So,
Nice.
Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing coming up next week. We're going to start that officially, and we're going to start looking for some winners. So make sure you pass that around to get everybody on here, and we can give some money away. And every week it goes up. It's progressive, so I could end up to like $210, $230, $250, and somebody could win that for that business that it lands on. Okay, well, Alec, thank you very much for being here and helping us to get updated with the Claresholm community and what's going on there. I'm sure you don't want to stick around to be put on the spot to sing birthdays like usual, so why don't I let you go right now, okay?
All right, folks.
Okay.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you later.
Okay, there we go. So
Bye.
Alec from Connecting Claresholm, thank you very much, Alec, for joining us here. And, we'll see you guys on that show next Friday, 12 to 1. Okay, let's now do birthdays. So, you guys ready? Highway 533 band, you're excited? Okay,
Very.
well, here's our birthdays for today. So, we've got Kayla Ring, we've got Aldo Raffin, we've got Aaron McCrae, and we have Donovan. So, not a lot of birthdays. We got 4. So, I'm sure you can do that in one breath. So, why don't you guys take it away?
I did last week in one breath, too.
I know. How many did we have last week? Like 12 or something like that?
7 or
Something
9.
like that. I don't know.
Okay, so let's go ahead and sing happy birthday to these people.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kayla, Aldo, Aaron, and Donovan. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, let's hit some sound effects there, Jen. Which one do we have? Yeah, hold it down a little longer. There you go. So there's our.
I'm like, please be clapping. Please be
Yeah.
clapping.
Okay. Okay. Our next, we're going to move on to our first couple of guests here. So while we're doing that, I'm going to mention another sponsor. Amanda, you want to give up your seat because we have a gentleman who's sitting there
Sure.
behind you. And we want to talk to him as well because we got some pretty cool stuff that's happening. So I'm going to pop you guys out. I'm going to pop you guys out as well. And I'm also going to say thank you to Trains, another one of our sponsors for the show here today. Trains, starting out with just a single truck mounted with a plow and a lawnmower. We have expanded our services and grown into one of the larger land maintenance contractors servicing Calgary, Airdrie, Brooks, Okotoks, High River, Nanton, and surrounding areas. Our expansion and stellar reputation for the past 20 plus years is due in part to our exceptional quality and timely service. Our maintenance teams complete a full property analysis during each visit and resolve any landscape related issues to ensure your property is at its safest, healthiest, and looking its best. We are proud to say we have our certificate of recognition with the Alberta Construction Safety Association. We are also accredited with Contractor Check and the Better Business Bureau, and we are members of the CPC Irrigation Association. Trains Lawn Care, another proud sponsor of Good Morning Nanton Live. Thank you very, very much to all of our sponsors. Thanks to the team over there and helping us out to sponsor the show. So we are now we didn't switch the name there, so we should probably switch our name and make sure it's not Amanda, because I'm sure you don't want to be Amanda, right?
Not today.
Not today, no. So let's go with Richard, and it's pronounced DeBoer?
DeBoer, yeah.
DeBoer. Okay, so Richard DeBoer. And you're also, not for today, you're not going to be the founder of Things and Who's It's. We'll just announce that, but you are for a little while, okay? So the reason we wanted to bring you guys on here is because there's something pretty cool that happened here at the beginning of the year. Now, Jennifer, it's my understanding that you received your medal in December, right? Mm-hmm. And we're talking about the Queen Elizabeth II, a Platinum Jubilee medal. It's a mouthful there. So Platinum Jubilee Medal of Honor, basically. So this is to recognize people in Alberta and other provinces in Canada. I believe there were 10 provinces in total. 7,000 people were recognized in our province for outstanding service to their community, to their province, or to Canada. And you guys are 2 of those 7,000 people. Now, to put it into larger perspective here, we have, in the population of Alberta, 6.4 million people, which means that, let's see, carry the 3 minus that, times that. We have 6,393,000 people who did not receive this distinction. So this is pretty cool. This is really neat. Now, Jennifer, I know that you brought that medal with you. So do you mind just kind of showing us? And I really want to congratulate you guys on this medal and this award. This is so cool. So yeah, you turn that around and take a look at that. Perfect. That's awesome. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this because this is a big deal. Now, I had a little chat with Jennifer last night. She kind of set me straight on some things, and after I was able to make a little bit more sense of it, because I wasn't actually aware of this until Amanda was working with somebody who was actually nominating people to be able to do this. Now, do you guys know who nominated in our area, in our region? Do you know who was doing the nominations, or is that kind of kept secret?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I think there's a wide array. I know a lot
Is there?
I know a lot of MLAs did a lot of nominations. For mine in particular, Alberta Municipalities, who is a governing body for elected municipal officials, was who nominated myself.
Okay. So, Jennifer, why don't we just talk about yours first? So yours was presented to you, you said in December of 2022, right? And where did you go and what was the celebration like? And most importantly, and this is what I want to ask Richard as well, what does this mean to you? I mean, you guys are recognized as being massive contributors to Canada, to our community. People are recognizing you guys. And I'm sure, Jennifer, in the role of the line of work and the role that you have recognized other people for their contributions. So now what's it like being on the other side?
Yeah, it's an incredible honor. I do keep this right on my desk every day, and it's definitely one of my proudest moments. Being mayor, being an elected official is not always an easy job, and certainly it can be thankless at times. So to be recognized for that service is an immense honor for sure.
That's amazing. Now, is this is courtesy of the Nanton News? Just want to make sure everybody knows that. Is this the presentation, or is this?
Yeah, so the presentation was held at the Hyatt Regency downtown and hosted by Alberta Municipalities. So there was probably about 50 other mayors and other community builders that were receiving the award at the time.
Okay, that's cool. Now, I can only assume that part of the reason why you were recognized is because of the fact they probably said, Jennifer Handley, the fact that you have to keep those men on that council on the straight and narrow and keep them focused is reason enough that you deserve this award.
Yeah, it was totally a pity award.
Having to deal with all those guys on council. Oh my goodness. So what would be your proudest moment as mayor then? And I mean, when I first moved here and I was talking to somebody recently who we said, what I love about Jennifer is that she's got this philosophy that there's always a way to yes. And I love that, and how accessible you are to everybody, and how open you are and transparent you are. As a mayor, I don't see that a lot. And I've always loved that about you. But I want to know from your perspective, what is some of the proudest moments you've had being mayor of our town?
That's a great question. So on a boring side, I would say the construction of the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay.
On a kind of an awesome side, I would say just how much the community's evolved in the last few years, especially when it comes to development and business opportunities. And I believe that we've really changed how we do business in our community and made it, how do we get to yes? How do we build your house? How do we build your business? Yeah,
that's really cool. I've got a comment that came in here. So some amazing, awesome, Jen, shiny regarding the award that you got, the medal, not your forehead. No. And then somebody here, naming my dad, push the applause button for yourself. So where's that applause for yourself? There you go. There you go. That's great. And Holly said, I'm with David. Let's see. I've always been a Mayor Jen fan. Oh, we've got a lot of Mayor Jen fans. So, now, Richard, you've been sitting patiently. I wanted to bring you in on this conversation as well, because you were also awarded this medal, and so was Eleanore. Eleanore, what's her last name now? Eleanore. Okay, so Eleanore, I'll find her last name and make sure that we mention her as well. But she was also awarded the medal. And you guys were actually given this medal at the Cozy Corner, and it was with the Legion, the Nanton Legion. Now, you have a long history of service in this town as well. In fact, you talked about, because you live in Calgary, how many miles or kilometers you've put on the vehicle coming out here every week. You come out two times a week, and your duties in town here are what? What are you doing?
Well, David, I come out to Nanton twice a week, and I've been doing that for over 10 years now. But actually, my history with the town of Nanton goes back to 1986. I was working at the time for the Aerospace Museum in Calgary, and some people in Nanton had been looking at the Lancaster bomber, which at the time was parked on the side of the highway, and there was a lot of concern about what's happening to this airplane. So they called the museum in Calgary and said, look, we're doing a town hall meeting, and this was the spring of '86. Why don't you come down and talk to us about how to form a museum, what some of our options are with the airplane. So that was my first involvement here, and that's evolved over the years to becoming the president of the Calgary Mosquito Aircraft Society, and we're the organization that's restoring that airplane within the Bomber Command Museum. So we are our own independent group, and we're essentially renting space in the Bomber Command Museum, restoring that particular airplane.
Wow. And so the airplane that you're restoring again is?
It's the de Havilland Mosquito. It was a
Havilland Mosquito.
Yeah, World War II bomber, extremely rare, valuable, and a very historic airplane.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, some of your history, I mean, not just in Nanton here, but I see that you are the founder of the Calgary Mosquito Aircraft Society, the president of the Calgary chapter of Canadian Aviation Historical Society. That's a lot of stuff. So, I mean, what's your history with aviation? How'd you get into that?
Well, it's a lifelong passion, David. It started just as a young kid. Parents were very involved in generating and fostering interest. We used to go out to the airport, when I was a kid, just watch the airplanes. But I was a founding member also of Calgary's Aerospace Museum back in 1975 when the city of Calgary said, hey, we got a bunch of old airplanes sitting around. Is there the potential to build a museum? And as a 18, 19-year-old kid, I attended the very first meeting. I signed up. I was eventually their first employee. And so I've looked for opportunities to be engaged in that way. I've been on the board for the Aviation Hall of Fame. I've been on the selection committee for that. I've worked for other museums across Canada as well, and I've got a lot of time salvaging World War II vintage airplanes from across Western Canada. So it really is a lifelong passion.
How do you find that the passion is being accepted or picked up by the younger generation?
Well, actually, I'm pleased and surprised that we've had a tremendous number of younger volunteers join us at the Bomber Command Museum, specifically to work on the de Havilland mosquito that we're doing now. And it's not like we're going out recruiting these people. They hear about it, they show up. We've got a couple of young people who've been with us for over 5 years now. They heard about us. You know, they twisted their parents' arm, said, drive us down, we want to see this airplane. They've become almost weekly volunteers for about half the year over the past 5 years now.
That's crazy. So I also have applause here from Rick, my dad. So he would like a little bit of applause. You're in charge of the applause there, Jen. So there we go. So, and thank you very much. What have we got here, Holly? Nanton Air Museum's ringing a bell. It's amazing what the Air Museum has done here, and it looks like they've got plans that they'd like to expand the museum in Nanton here as well. So that's really cool. Now, as far as and look at that. See, Richard, I was able to change it so you're not a who's-its and so you're actually a Platinum Jubilee recipient, which you should be. So I wanted to find out when you did go through the ceremony and they called you and let you know that this was happening, how did that happen? How was it kind of communicated to you? And then what was the feeling after it was?
Well, it was quite a nice event, actually. My nominator was Jim Wiersma, who's been with the Nanton branch of the Legion for quite a number of years. So I was aware that he was pushing this through, and it was supported by the Legion here. They let me know when the ceremony was, and I came down to Nanton, I think it was 2 weekends ago for that. They had a very nice little setup, and it was well organized. We were held downstairs until all the official parts of the ceremony were ready. Photographs taken. They had a nice little snack buffet and all that sort of thing. You know, formal presentation at the front of the room, somebody pinning on the medal on your chest. It was a very proud moment, you know, and I never pictured myself as being a recipient like that, although I've witnessed it and appreciated it from the observer perspective. It was my first time to be at the front of the room and to have that moment in front of the people who had been so supportive. I had quite a number of people come down from Calgary, actually, and people who hadn't told me they were coming down. So it was an incredible surprise and as Jennifer said, an honor to be both nominated and then awarded in this fashion. And to do so in Nanton was of particular importance to me because I've had such a long affiliation with the town and in particular with the Bomber Command Museum. To have that done in front of these people for something that I've engaged in as a passionate pursuit for all of my life was a pretty special event.
Wow, that's really cool. Jen, I wanted to ask you kind of the same question, so I'm going to bring you in here for a second. How was it communicated to you? Was there a phone call or an email and what did it feel like when you got that?
Yeah, I received an email at first, and I was totally surprised. I had no idea that I'd been nominated or that I would be receiving this award. So I actually asked some other counselors and some other people. I'm like, "Did you get this email? Like, is it spam?" I really wasn't sure.
Okay.
It was just so out of the blue, and then it was confirmed that I was indeed going to receive this award. So that was how I found out.
And once you found out it was legit, what was the feeling?
Yeah, I couldn't stop smiling. It was an immense amount of pride. It was a little surreal, and as Richard said, to actually be on the receiving end of that award, you've just got to pinch yourself because it is such a unique experience.
That's really cool. Eleanore Tribe is the other one in town who received that award. So now we weren't able to get Eleanore to her schedule to work out with this and get her on the show here this morning, but very, very proud of all of you guys. And Rhonda says the same thing. Very proud moment for you both. Well deserved indeed. So it's very, very cool to have you on here. Now, Richard,
yeah,
do you remember that question I asked at the beginning of the show? Because this is kind of the Valentine's show because Valentine's is coming up. So do you have an answer for us on any kind of moment of love? What was the exact question here? Let's get that question up, and I'll give you I'll buy you a few more minutes here to be able. So what was the most significant gesture of love you've ever experienced? So was it the Platinum Jubilee medal that you received, or was there another moment?
Well, I overheard you asking the question. I wasn't a part of the conversation initially, but of course, having heard the question, it sort of set wheels in motion.
Yeah.
And I have to go with my first response, my first internal sense of this. And it was very simply, surprisingly to some people, it had nothing to do with airplanes. It had to do with a very special woman who said two very important things to me, which obviously changed my life. The first of which was yes. Mm-hmm. And the second of which was I do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. That's beautiful. Well, thank you very much, you guys, for coming on and sharing this moment. I mean, where you go with this? Have all the media been hounding you guys for this? Is that what's been going on here? Like, I'm very special to be having you in the studio here because, I mean, I can only imagine CNN and CNBC. They've all been knocking down your door to get you on for interviews, right? So. Not sure how to answer that.
Well, I made the front page of the Herald or the Nanton newspaper last week,
Yeah,
there's something.
There's something.
Time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming on, you guys. I appreciate it. And why don't we get applause as you head out of here? So give us applause. Just extend it a little more. Some nice applause, extending that. Okay, and good. There you go. Okay, thank you very much, you guys, for popping on here. Let's change seats, and congratulations to both of you.
Thank you,
okay. Okay, we are now going to move on to the next part of the show. We've got another guest, a really special guest coming up in a second here, but we want to share. I just want to make sure she's good to go still after now seeing this much of the show. So can you still hear me there, Allison?
I can hear you loud and clear.
You can hear me loud and clear? Okay.
Yeah.
So Allison, it looks like you are donning, as we all should be donning. Let me just change hats here. Oh, there
good.
we go.
I thought you maybe forgotten. I was going to be the Lone Rider fan.
No, I've got it there. I just wanted to make sure that I brought it in at the right time. So,
nice.
What is it that you're wearing there? Can you just bring that screen down a little bit so we can we check that out? So is that a Fantoos
it is,
jersey?
Andy Fantoos.
That's a Fantoos jersey. Yes, see?
Going way back.
Baby, really? That's nice. All right, so Allison is going to be joining us here shortly because there was a really cool thing that went viral on social media here. What did you say? That was about maybe 2 weeks ago that went viral, or
a couple weeks ago, I think.
A couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
So you're with CTV Regina, and you're going to be talking about that. And did you find out some facts after the fact about their fundraising and stuff?
I did. Yes, I got those
okay.
numbers for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to bring you back in just a few minutes, so make sure you're ready to go. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So let's get now you're not Richard DeBoer anymore, and you cannot claim as a Platinum Jubilee recipient. Okay, so you need to change that right now. Okay, so other things that are going on in and around town, of course, we want to talk about, and this would be one of those things. We want to make sure everybody knows that we've got the Back to the 80s party. Now, one thing we added to this was a QR code. We seem to be QR code happy today.
I'm QR code crazy right now.
Right now, you're QR code crazy. So do you want to explain to everybody what this is so that they understand what they're supposed to do?
Yeah, and I don't know if you have that video or if we're just going to verbally talk about it, but we have this new platform that we're using for our DJ company, and so what it will allow you to do is to go into this app that you can request songs, you can vote on songs, you can like songs and put it at the top. Mm-hmm. So when we're at the dance, we'll make sure that we get all of those popular songs or most requested songs played so everyone can have a really good time. And when it comes to the 80s, I mean, they're all gold, so it's going to be tough. But
Absolutely, they are gold. One of my favorite eras. Okay, so we've got that. That's going to be happening. Again, that's going to be taking place on March 4th.
Saturday, March 4th.
Okay, and
it's free for everyone to attend, so go ahead, come on down, have some fun, dress up, and yeah, it should be good.
So on top of that, we also have, of course, the Music Bingo. So that one's going to be coming up a little bit sooner here, but we're bonkers for Music Bingo, which means that we're going to be giving everybody bingo cards, the traditional bingo cards, and then those bingo cards will have songs on them instead of numbers. Songs and artists, and we will play those songs, and when we play them, if you have it on your card, you mark it off with your professional dauber. It's always good if you want to look professional to have two daubers, one in each hand, okay, so double fisting it. And then we will, of course, be looking for, say, one line or a T or an L or an X or a blackout. And if you get that, then you will win a prize. You just got to yell bingo.
That's
nice
right.
and loud.
And the best thing about this is you don't need to know the song.
No,
we
we
put
will-
it up there. We tell you what the name is.
That's right.
You just have to listen, have fun, dance, enjoy yourselves. And we're going to hopefully put this up a few times a year so people will be able to enjoy it. This one is going to be next weekend, which is Family Day weekend on Sunday, February 19th. 2 events are happening. One that's family friendly songs. Kids can come and enjoy. That's from 2 to 4. And then we're going to have an adult version from 6:30 to 8:30. And that's just in case, you don't want to hang out with kids. Maybe we'll have a little bit more adult songs and some fun will be happening. You can come to both. You can come to one or the other. Just come and double dobbin.
Look at this double dobbin. Vanessa said I may have used the code to spam you with my request.
For the dance.
So
Yeah, you bet.
So yeah,
Bring
go
it.
ahead. Go ahead and spam. And this, so this is going to be happening 2 times on that day. You do have to register, so we know how many cards to make, and it is again free. If you want extra cards, then you can get that for a donation. And again, it's to help the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association, just this, little humble broadcasting company that we've got in Nanton here to try to spread some joy in the community. So this is really cool. Now, you had mentioned dancing for this as well. So there's going to be dancing at this one as well?
Bonkers for Music Bingo?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, good. I'm even more excited now
Fun
for
times
it.
will be had all over the place.
I'm even more excited for the music bingo now.
Don't look
What?
at the alcohol. We won't be having alcohol, but
No,
we will
no.
be having smiles and fun and your full cards of dubbin.
And apparently you can make paper airplanes out of those cards as well. So
I guess you can do whatever you want.
So I know why she did that, because if we have a tie, if we have like for the blackout and we can have one winner and we have a tie of like 3 or 4 people that got a bingo at the same time, then we have a paper airplane contest. Whoever's paper airplane flies the furthest ends up winning that
That's
contest.
right.
So
That's
that's
right.
what we do. We've got more comments coming in. It says Holly's coming to the dance. Don't even care. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, we got Holly saying, so organized, so awesome, so excited.
Yay.
So, and what's this? Better be our kids calling out the bingos. I think that's what she meant by instead of big rig.
Okay.
Okay, so that is some of the stuff that's going on. Now, one of the things that's not in here that I think you wanted to talk about was this right here. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's in there.
There it is.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay, why don't you talk about it?
Okay,
this
here's
is
another QR code.
Another QR code.
So what we're doing is we're one of the organizations we belong to, which is the National Community Radio Association. They are putting on a podcast online course. So you can learn, if you ever wanted to do podcasting, or you do podcasting and you want to kind of learn a little bit more about it, you can take this online course. It's, I think, 12 courses, 7 weeks, something like that, Tuesdays and Thursdays for March 7th. So we thought, as part of the radio station, it would be great if we
subsidize it.
Yeah. So we're asking you to fill out an application. So if you scan the QR code, you'll go right to the application, fill it out, and we're going to make a selection on March 3rd and pay for you to take this online course. And so it's open to anyone to apply. And if you're interested in it and you don't win, you can also still register for the course. You can just let me know if you want the information, but otherwise, and you also get, after you finish the course, you get a certificate, and we will give you 2 free studio sessions. So you can come into our studio, you can use the equipment, you can record your podcast, and get you started. So I think it's pretty exciting.
And recording podcasts on these RE20s is pretty exciting stuff. So I gotta say, Holly's here to sign me up. So she's just gonna get involved with everything that we're doing. That's crazy. Okay, so let's see. Oh, what's this? Holly also said, Amanda, can you post page?
Yeah, sure.
I can spam scan your stuff.
Love to.
Why does everyone want to spam scan us? Okay, so that's really cool that we're going to be doing that as well. well. So that is it for now. We've got more stuff coming up at the end of the show we want to share with you guys, so stick around for that. But I also want to bring Allison back in here from CTV Regina. So now, did you catch at the beginning of the show, there were a couple things that I had mentioned. One was this, of course, because Valentine's Day is coming up. What is that? What's been the most significant gesture of love you've ever experienced? Do you have anything? Maybe a dog or cat?
You were gonna ask me this.
Yeah, did you come up? Did you come up with anything? Do you have anything?
I think I'll go with this past November. Me and my partner have been doing long distance. And she surprised me for one of the long weekends there. She flew from Kelowna
it's beautiful.
all the way to cold Regina just to see me.
That's awesome.
That's a sacrifice.
Exactly,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you also get a chance to enjoy this right here?
Love lifts us up where we belong.
Did you get a chance to?
I did see that too.
You did. Okay,
Thank you
so
for that.
you're excited for the full version to come out then on
Oh, absolutely. I think
February
everyone
14th.
is.
Okay, good, excellent. Is that what they have you doing over there at CTV News in Regina? Is recording Valentine's songs,
That's highbrow newscast.
karaoke and stuff?
That's
Yeah.
the peak of my day, really. Yeah. Oh, I wish. That would make things even better.
Oh man. Okay, so we did this. I contacted you because you did a story on CTV News. Now, this story was inspired by a video that went viral. And that video was of a hockey team that was trying and attempting and almost not making it down the stairs of a catwalk. And where again was that? Where did that take place?
In a small town of about 200 people in Lang, Saskatchewan.
Lang, Saskatchewan. So we're going to take a look at your story right now, okay, from CTV News in Regina. And so this video is courtesy them. And then we're going to talk about it a little bit after, okay? Because I think this is pretty cool stuff. So we're reaching outside of our community. We don't do this often. We're reaching outside of our community. And really, I wish that Jen, our mayor, was still here because I wanted to ask her, can we have this installed in our arena?
It's a rite of passage for hockey players in Lang, Saskatchewan.
We call it the catwalk.
Others call it
scary.
The drawbridge staircase leads the players from the dressing rooms in the attic down to the ice, and it's drawing eyes to the town's 95-year-old rink. This video going viral earlier this week, but it's not the only sight the rink has to offer.
Oh, you got to see the Zamboni.
This is the 70-year-old ice resurfacer, a barrel with a mop attached, custom made by a woman in town.
Every now and then we try to, make some engineering improvements to it, but over the years it's done us well.
But before the ice can be flooded, it has to be scraped, then shoveled out the window. One of the former volunteer scrapers, NDP leader Carla Beck, used to live right across from the rink.
In a town of 200, it took a lot of people pitching in and, making sure that the ice was cleaned in time for the next period.
The rink runs on volunteers and about $10,000 each year. The community recently launched a GoFundMe campaign to cover maintenance and repair costs.
This was where I did everything when I was a kid, so I like to keep it here.
These old rinks like this are each one of them special.
A sentiment shared by future stars ready to make their own memories on the ice.
I really like playing in these old barns. My dad learned to skate here, and my uncle also played for a team here.
That's the dream. We just want every next generation to get to experience what we experienced.
Allison Bamford, CTV News, Lang.
Oh wow, that's so cool, Allison. So you had a little bit of fun over there in Lang, Saskatchewan, and
So
this came across your desk how?
Well, like you heard in the news story there, that viral video really just blew up on TikTok, Twitter. I think TSN started sharing it. It got thousands of views, and then there was some international outlets sharing just that video because everyone was mesmerized that this wooden staircase the drawbridge drops from the roof, and that's how everyone has to get down to the ice. Lots of people have never seen that before. I think just talking to a few people those used to exist or something of that nature existed in a lot of these old rinks in southern Saskatchewan, but this seems to be maybe one of the only ones that's still left, as like all of those old barns are getting torn down. So I think that's really what was the draw. The big draw was just these crazy stairs.
So Rick says, "Oh my! I used to do that when I was about 10 years old on the Air Force Base in Ontario."
Oh wow!
So bringing back bringing back some memories, bringing back some memories. Now, I had seen the viral video of the staircase, and then when I saw your report, what really kind of pushed me over the edge was their Zamboni. So that Zamboni, that was crazy. I thought it was the funniest thing. So a barrel with a mop on it. Yeah, and that's how they resurface the ice.
And some lady in town just sewed the mop for them. They have apparently like 3 others on hand that she's custom made for them. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool. What? So aside from the stairs and the dressing rooms in the attic, and the Zamboni, the homemade Zamboni, that I love how they try to engineer some improvements to it every year. I love that. Yeah. Was there anything else that stood out about that arena that you'd say was noteworthy?
It's very cold, and a lot of these old hockey rinks are cold because it's about the same temperature it is outside when you're on the ice, and you can actually see the frost build up on the walls when you're inside there. So that was definitely one of the comments a lot of people were saying. They're like, it's 95 years old, might be one of the oldest rinks in Saskatchewan, also probably one of the coldest as well.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about their fundraising, because that was really the point of that, was to bring more attention to what they're trying to do. You said that they did put together a GoFundMe campaign,
so
right?
They were looking to raise $25,000. Actually, I believe the video went viral just coincidentally. They had no intention of that being a promotion of the GoFundMe. But
okay.
Yeah, but it worked out.
I was thinking they had some pretty smart, brilliant marketing people there. Okay.
They should say that. They should go with that.
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely.
But it worked out in their favor. They raised over the $25,000 mark now. I just checked this morning. So.
My gosh.
They're doing really well.
Wow.
Good for them.
So a couple weeks, raised over $25,000. That's amazing. I tried to get actually one of the guys that you interviewed on there to come and join us here this morning as well, just to talk about it too, but I couldn't get a hold of him in time. So I really appreciate you coming and talking to us about this. I hope it was a fun story to cover.
Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah, the people there were so kind, so appreciative, and it was a lot of fun. I was there for a few hours, was there to watch the under-9 girls hockey teams play, and it was a cool experience.
Cool. So now we're a volunteer station, so I can't pay anything, but maybe you can be my new correspondent there for Regina and some of the crazy things that go on in Regina.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. Well, thank you very much, Allison, for coming on and sharing that. I thought that would be a lot of fun and some good laughs to kind of share that story with everybody.
Absolutely.
So what a great story. Fun. What a great story for you to put together there. Really enjoyed it. So thank you. And have a great day, and go green, go.
Oh, go Riders.
Go Riders. That's right. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too. Take care.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, awesome. Now, let's wrap this thing up. We've got a couple other things that we need to talk about. And since we were talking about 95-year history of an arena, Amanda, have we got a new segment on our show that we're going to start to do?
We do.
What is it?
Well, I'm going to share my screen here. I don't know. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it.
So I am on the board of the Chinook Arch Nanton Library, as well as Chinook Arch Regional Library. And we recently were having a look. If you haven't been on the website, you got to get on there. In the e-library section, there's all sorts of great resources and things you can look at. But one thing that caught my eye was the Southern Alberta newspaper collection. And if you don't know, the library, as well as here, we had a bunch of boxes and boxes and boxes of Nanton newspapers. And High River Museum also had boxes and boxes. And from some grace of God, did not get destroyed in the flood, and they sent us all of their boxes. And we had the opportunity to work with the University of Lethbridge to get those newspapers scanned and archived. So if you have a look here, This is from February 11th, 1904. So it goes all the way back to 1904. It's great. You can read it. Like, the quality is amazing. I'm going to scroll back a little bit, but you can see the thing that caught my eye. Auditorium Hotel, Nanton Lumberyards, all sorts of amazing things in here. Announcements. I kind of had another look here. This one is February 12th, 1935, I think it said. Sorry, I'm going all wonky there. Railway extension, all sorts of really, really cool things. You could really go down the rabbit hole. That's how it looked in 1925. Here's another one, 1948, the Nanton News, and all sorts of information there. Nanton ladies second at Vulcan Bonspiel. Just all
wow.
Unreal
That
that you
is so
can look up
cool.
all this stuff. So what we're going to try and do,
Palominos win and lose hockey games. Wow, that's so funny. Okay.
So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and find some really fun news in history and maybe share it. What happened on this day in Nanton and share that information. But if you're ever looking for something, it only goes, I think, 1975. If you look, sorry, I'm going to just.
You want me to put it back up for you?
Oh, am I not sharing anymore?
I took it down for a second.
Oh.
Because I didn't know you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the last
1971?
article is 1971. So, but if you have family in town or if you want to look something up, we're going to do a little bit of a segment. Sorry, stop me.
Stop
sharing.
now. I can stop sharing your screen. Okay.
And then we're going to do that. So it's going to be, I think, pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Okay, last couple things before we get to our house band, Highway 533 band, to close off the show. We have a couple more things that are coming up that I wanted to share with everybody. That includes, let's make sure we get it. So this right here. So on Saturday, February 18th, 2023, that's going to be in a week from today, we're going to be at the Highwood Memorial Center. So not sure what we're going to do for Good Morning Nanton Live yet and how we're going to do that.
We'll figure it out.
But we'll figure it out. And we are giving away a weekend for two at Willow Hill Lodge. So we're doing it's called the Rehearsal, and it's a wedding fair, Southern Alberta wedding fair, and we're going to be the only, am I correct in this? We're the only
DJ
company there.
Yeah.
We're the only DJ company there. So come and check us out. It'll be easy to find us as we'll be playing music at our booth most likely. I mean, it's not going to be too loud, but just just listen and you'll find us. And we're going to be giving away this weekend for two at Willow Hill Lodge, which is just an absolutely spectacular view from this place.
Yeah,
and
gorgeous.
so we purchased a weekend for two to give away to a lucky recipient. And hopefully, we'll be doing a lot of weddings with some of the wedding couples that are going to be there kind of shopping around for their weddings.
Yeah.
So we'll be there next week. Yeah, we're excited about that. And then the last thing I wanted to bring up again was the Nanton Business Directory. Now, not mini business, apparently.
No.
They're not mini businesses.
They're not mini businesses.
The directory is a mini directory. So the 2023 Nanton Mini Business Directory is coming out, and I need everybody to help me just pass this around to the businesses, service groups, events that are happening. I want to get it all in. We want to get this to print by the end of this month. So anybody in town that wants to make sure that their business or service group or organization or whatever is in there and that all the information is correct, because that's important, then make sure you get a hold of us and we'll make sure that stuff is in there and it's correct. And any events that are happening in 2023, we want to promote those as well. So that's the other thing that's going to be happening. Now, finally, I can hear that, so I know we're going to be exchanging something in a second here. But before we do that, I want to say thanks to our final sponsor of the show. This is G&JD Construction, which is a family-owned and operated company and has been providing general contracting services for over 43 years. They cater the construction needs of residential and commercial clients in Nanton, Claresholm, High River, Southern Alberta, and surrounding areas. They specialize in renovations, commercial builds, and concrete delivery and installations. The company has been run by the family for 3 generations, and We're proud to be part of the local commercial and residential community in Nanton, serving southern Alberta. So thank you again to all of our sponsors on the show here. And we've got, for our Valentine's show, because Valentine's is coming up this week, we've got some cookies here that we're going to be exchanging. Where's my cookie? I need to exchange it with you. So, okay, there we go. So this one. So we got our love cookie. Now hold on, let me bring in the Highway 533 band. So, okay, so we got our love cookie, and be mine. Now mine's backwards. Mine's
No, it's not.
No,
evil.
it's not backwards.
Evil.
No,
Oh, is it?
it's not backwards.
Because
No.
I thought it was saying evil.
No.
Does mine say Ebe Emily?
Enemy. And I'm. Anyway, we need to exchange. So there you go, love. Thank you very much.
Aw. It's too far away.
Yeah, okay. I'll blow you a kiss.
Okay.
Mwah. There we go. Okay, so that's our Valentine's show. That's it. Sorry, guys, if you had to bring the bag out. I apologize for that. Okay, so happy Valentine's coming up for everybody, and hope you guys enjoyed the show. That is it. We're going to see you guys next week, somehow, somewhere, on Good Morning Nanton Live. And Highway 533 Band, take us out of here. Have a good weekend, everybody.
I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I keep looking for something I can't get. Broken hearts lie all around me, and I don't see an easy way to get out of this. Diary sits on the bedside table. The curtains are closed. The cat's in the cradle. Who would have thought that a boy like me could come to this? Oh, I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some kind of kiss. I should have walked away. I should have walked away. Is any just cause for feeling like this? On the surface, I'm a name on a list. I try to be discreet, then I blow it again. I've lost and found, it's my final mistake. She's loving by proxy, no giving I'll take. 'Cause I've been thrilled to fantasy one too many times. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some kind of kiss. I should have walked away. I should have walked away. It was a long, hot night. She made it easy, she made it feel right. But now it's over and the moment is gone. I followed my head, on my head, I know I was wrong. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some kind of kiss. I should have walked walked away. I should have walked away.
Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.